Hey, Tessa from MamasGeeky here. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel.
I know we only have 5 minutes, but before we start, I want you to go through and explain every little thing that's on the thing behind you.
You know how long that would take? That would take forever.
I know.
Chris, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today. I appreciate it. Massive comic book fan, massive geek here. So I got to know, what was it about the comics that made you go, okay, this would make a good show?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, I did love the comics. I love the comics when I read them. And I had looked at, I had some ideas. I was trying to come up with an idea for an hour-long show and had some working with Amblin a little bit on some stuff, and nothing really clicked. And then I read these comics. Amblin sent them over, and really fell in love with what Peter Hogan and Steve Parkhouse did. Two things. One is I love aliens, and there was a humanity in the alien that really struck a chord with me. That there was a full character there, and it was so relatable from a human standpoint. I knew that if you could capture an alien that was going through that was trying to learn the human experience, and it was relatable to people watching as a human, then you definitely have something. So that's what I really sparked to and tried to lean into it from day one.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, it's one of my favorite shows. And so I've gotten to see the first 3 episodes of season 2, and it's killing me that I don't have more.
I love it.
Yeah. I'm like, no, give me more. I want more. But I think Alan is just the absolute, perfect casting choice. He's incredible. So good. He's perfect. So can you talk about bringing him on? Yeah,
he's incredible. I've said this before, but I never knew. Like, people said, oh, when you were writing it, were you picturing Alan? I did not even know what the character was. I thought I knew what the character was. I didn't know who this character was until Alan came in and auditioned. I had something else in mind, and then I started second guessing it. We had seen over 100 guys come in for the role from everywhere, from LA, from England, from Ireland. We'd seen so many people, and I thought I knew what I wanted. And these were all great actors, and they were coming in. They were really good, but it just wasn't. There was something missing. I didn't know what it was, and then Alan came in, and he just then I knew immediately, okay, this is what it is, because he was playing a, he's naturally a little bit off center anyway, but he has so much humanity in him that as he's playing this character, it almost like you're watching a child trying to figure it out. And there was such an important element in that, because I knew that you'd forgive him for a lot of, for trying to kill a kid and all this shit. If you knew inherently he just didn't know better, that he's learning and he doesn't understand, and he was hysterically funny on top of that. So I knew immediately. I mean, it was very clear when he came in finally, and we needed to cast someone within a couple days, or we were in trouble. So it was a long process, and culminated in Alan coming in and just being incredible, and he's been incredible ever since. He's been an incredible partner in this, and incredibly helpful in building out who Harry Vanderspiegel is, and keeping me honest with the language, and really, really, really good. Just really, really good.
I mean, he's perfect. He's absolutely perfect. Yeah. Well, obviously, congratulations on a season 2. I'm hoping this continues on for a very long time, as I love the show. So do you have kind of a plan to follow the comics, maybe go off the comics a little bit if you were to continue with more seasons?
It's a great question. I mean, and we do take a piece from one of the comics in this season 2. There was, when I read the comic where they go to New York searching for an alien, I knew that would be a great storyline for a trip to New York for them. So Harry and Asta in this season take 2 episodes and go to New York searching for an alien.
I'm so excited.
So that's that. So look, I'm open to it. I love those comics, and we try to mine as much as we can from the comics, even if it's visuals. We've done that, like different frames from the comics. We try to match, the beginning of episode 104 when he's in the diner. Mm-hmm. I tried to frame up as the cover of one of the comics. So we try to do that as well. And those comics are so brilliant. We try to, use as much of them as possible. I just finished reading the last comic, which I had held off until recently. So I just read that now. So we'll see. Stuff. Maybe that'll. But that for us is going to be several years away, I think.
Yes, exactly. Fingers crossed. Let's continue this going and going. Awesome. Well, Chris, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me. I really appreciate it. And again, congratulations.
No, thanks very much. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much to all of my monetary supporters, my members here on YouTube, as well as my patrons. If you haven't joined yet, please consider doing so. We have some really awesome perks, including a monthly Zoom meeting where we get to talk face to face. Thank you again to everyone who supports me.